Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We're about to break down UFC 303, Pereira versus Prochazka 2, the rematch. Got Ortega Lopez at the co-main event holding it down. But as always, go down, like, and subscribe. Comment your picks, your parlays, your bets throughout this weekend. I'm 1/3 of the people on your screen. I'm Paul Pick 'em Win 'em, and I'm joined with.
You already know, man. It's your boy Kev Waterboy, some boy, aka the Dom P. Like, always the realest on your screen, though.
What up, what up, what up? It's comedian Romeo Mack. I give niggas like KK amnesia because I'm the realest on your screen. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Holla at me, yo. I'll be streaming the fights live on Saturdays, and I go on Twitch live every single fucking day. Let's go.
Well, cheers to that. I got the good old Terramana right here to shout out another good weekend of fights.
Dang, you got that Termana. That's good? That's at the rock drink?
I'm drinking my
Yeah, it's pretty straight. Yeah, you're on the high life. Well, that's the champagne of beer, and you didn't know.
No cap, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all boys. I want to get into this card, but can we talk? Can I get a second to talk about all the canceled and fizzled out fights for this card?
Please do.
I feel like we've been talking about this shit every episode. We don't.
No.
See,
that's I was only gonna bring that up for 2 seconds. I'm looking at the whole list right now, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So the obvious one, our main event, Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler. Conor McGregor pulled out for a broken toe. And then he got snapped on by Ilia Topuria this weekend because they were pulling up his receipts of when he was telling somebody that you don't need a toe to fight. You quit. So, people like Islam and Ilia was on him like, hey, bro, you suck, bro. You quit. And then
I want to say this about that one. Conor McGregor pulled out the fight for having a broken toe. So they scrapped that fight and replaced the whole fight with a champion with a broken toe. That's all I'm saying.
Doctor.
Wait, who broke their toe? Alex?
Alex!
Oh, wow. Gangster. And then you got Paul's favorite white boy, Cody Durden, was supposed to fight Carlos Hernandez. Cody Durden.
Why I catch straight?
It's your favorite white boy, man.
I didn't do nothing.
I want to say you was rooting for him when we went to Nashville. I swear.
Who he fired Nashville? I didn't go to Nashville, so I don't know how I rooted for him.
Ooh.
I think on the podcast because the only reason I remember him is because he beat Dre Miley back in the amp before they went to the big leagues.
Wait, is Cody Durden on this card? No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
He withdrew.
He was supposed to. He got pulled off.
Well, I fuck with Cody Durden. He trained at the same gym I did.
Yeah, he trained with Diego Limo.
Yeah.
And then Jamal Hill was supposed to originally fight Khalil Roundtree. Khalil Roundtree got taken out for a banned substance. Then Jamal Hill was supposed to fight Carlos Ober. Hill canceled because of a knee injury. And then Ober was supposed to fight Anthony Smith, and then Ober withdrew.
I think he just withdrew.
No, Anthony Smith is fine, a good fight. I mean, Anthony Smith's fill-in was Roman Delazzi, which to me, I think it's a better matchup for both. I just feel like that's a good fight on paper. So I'll give him credit.
I don't like that fight at light heavyweight, but we could talk about that a little more. But now let's get into this card. What are you most excited for?
Oh, the main event. I mean, come on, man. That should be everyone's fucking.
I don't really give a fuck. I think I don't really. My Bovada account can't wait for that main event because I'm finna make it easy money. But the fight I can't wait for is Ian Gary, Michael Page. That's the one I like. Like the not because of the presser.
I changed my answer to Paul's answer.
Yeah, I like that fight. It's intriguing. I was like, yo, that fight looks fun.
That's the fight I'm waiting on.
Well, let's get this
don't
card
sleep
started.
I agree, but don't sleep on Brian Ortega versus my uncle Diego Lopez.
Won't even be close.
Don't sleep on my guy, man.
Dog,
but let's get it.
Save the picks. I'm actually intrigued on
You're right. Well,
less, man. Ricky Simon versus Vincinius Oliveira. Ricky Simon 20-5, Oliveira 20-3. Who you guys got?
Look, I like Ricky Simon. I love him. He goes hard and everything. But his style, like they say, style makes fights. His style, I don't think, because he's a heavy wrestler, strong too. I don't see that going against this Brazilian. And then this Brazilian looks black as fuck too. That strength shit is over with.
USA, bro. That's all you're gonna hear me when I'm starting off this card, bro. That boy Ricky Simone's gonna do it for the red, white, and blue. He's gonna show what the Brazilian some good old USA wrestling is.
I mean, it's gonna be a tough one. I got my dog Ricky Simone. I think it's bad because of the like 2 L's that he has on his record right now. But it's against Song Yadong and Mario Batista. Like these aren't bad losses. And then before that, he beat Jack Shore. And then the Brazilian dude, he's beating some dudes, but I've never heard of them, which doesn't really mean much because I don't really know the whole roster like that. But I don't know. I like Ricky Simone to kind of come in, show him that he's still a beast. He's only fought killers in a recent time, and he trains out of American Top Team in Portland. I didn't even know that until I checked.
I will say, Brazilian dude does crack though. Brazilian
Does
dude
he
does
really?
got fucking dynamite for hands.
I mean,
But
I heard he's a killer. He's the slight underdog right now. Ricky Simone's a moderate
he's
favorite.
200. Plus 200 in UFC is pretty solid. Pretty solid underdog.
Look, I love Ricky, but they wouldn't put him against him on this card. If I'm telling you, dog, dude is finna do his thing. Y'all finna see.
Well, I'm happy we split. So, hey, Kev, who did you go? I got,
I got my guy Ricky Simone.
We staying in the stateside on this side. Then we got to move into y'all's second favorite fight of the card. The main eventers, Andre Arlovski taking on Martin Buday.
Before we get into that, I will say the Ray Surya. I think that fight is a setup. I think they tried. When I was in these streets and doing some research, I found out that they're really trying to push these Japanese fighters, like Romeo always be talking about. I think this fight is going to be crazy setup to really get to get stuff going for the card. So that second fight is probably going to be a banger.
Carlos Hernandez, the guy he's fighting, is coming off an L to fellow Japanese fighter Tatsuya Taira, where he got knocked out. And Taira debuted his blonde hair. So they got the right guy on the job if you want to make your Japanese fighter look good.
Yeah. But now we can talk Andre Arlovski.
Yeah, but why the fuck do y'all want to talk? What got y'all talking 2024? What the hell's got y'all talking Martin Buday and Andre Arlovski?
So here's my thing, right? I was watching I think his name's MMA Experts, and he made the best point ever. It's the UFC's oldest fighter. I want to say he's like 45 years old, and against the UFC's fattest fighter. Because I guess, bro, before this, he spent the last 20 before he got into MMA fully, he was spending 20 hours a day playing video games. So like they're always on his head a little bit. So I don't really know how this fight is gonna go. But this is something we could have just skip over, brush past. This might be history.
Andre will lose.
I also think that, but if he loses, he's out the MMA. Like he's out the UFC. That's 4 losses in a row.
I don't know, bro. You're Andre Arlovski, bro. They might sprinkle your ass another contract.
No.
Trading out of American Top Team.
He's not Tony Ferguson. They would have sprinkled them another contract when they did it last time. Okay?
That's true. But because these are not, they're not bad L's. I'm looking, they're not like good L's either. But Martin Buday, other than him being the UFC's fattest fighter, and he just gives me, when I look him in the face, he gives me that, my name is Earl, the brother. That's who he reminds me of when I see him.
Not the center from Remember the Titans. No. And guess what? That guy's in great shape now.
Fucking bodybuilder. He is. He's a professional bodybuilder now. So, yeah. And anything's possible, like KG said.
Like Jason Tatum said.
Don't you fucking...
What about my bitch? Now, y'all know me. I don't drink milk.
Ski.
But I got a little love for my little bitch, Jillian Robertson from Canada, coming out to that 50 Cent every time. She's going against the karate hottie. She's going to beat the shit out of her.
Thank you. Thank you. Romeo and me finally agree on something, but I think she's going to drag karate hottie into the deep waters and might break a leg, right? She's gonna snap something before the fight.
She said it out her mouth. She wants to have the most submissions, and I think she's close.
Yeah, probably. I really jumped on her hype train. I can't call it a hype train, but I really jumped on her shit. I think it was 3 fights ago. It was the Holloway Arnold Allen Max Holloway card when she submitted Pereira Rodriguez, and then it was a controversial submission, but she was about to break girl's arm, and this ref stopped it. But afterwards, she was basically posted up in her hotel room with a joint in her mouth, saying like unbothered and smoking the joint. And I was like, oh, this is my type of bitch right here. Let's go, Gillian Robinson. Big fan ever since.
I tell you right now, this when I became a fan of her. Y'all are not gonna remember the name, but she was supposed to be the female Sean O'Malley. When she submitted Akapova, see, y'all don't even know it. That girl.
That was the fight before. See, that was the fight before my fight.
Agapova was supposed to be the female Sean O'Malley, the female like Andre Fili. That I'm cool as fuck and I'm doing this. That girl, I don't know when the last time she's fought. I don't even know if she's in the UFC any fucking more.
She hasn't fought since then. She went on. She had a 2-fight L streak was to her and someone else, and she hasn't fought since.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's when I became a fan of Jillian Robinson. Jillian Robinson is going to beat the dog shit out of the Karate Hottie.
Kev, you got any love for the Karate Hottie, or are you on the Canadian fellow Canadian?
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the Karate Hottie. I remember watching her fight in Miami and thinking that she had a chance, and she didn't impress me too much. So I like Gillian Robinson. I just don't know where I've seen her before. I don't know if she's been on a random
Bro, she be all over, dog. She be coming out to 50 Cent. She be having the cornrows, and she be submitting the fuck out these hoes.
Nah, for real. But I'm talking about before it. I don't know. I don't know if she was in Ultimate Fighter or something. But I remember, like, you don't remember a bitch. You don't forget a girl with red hair like that. So motherfucking, it's a good one. But this fight also had to get rescheduled because originally it was supposed to be on UFC 302.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that.
I bet the reason was on Karate Hottie side.
Yeah, I probably bet. I would.
Jillian Robinson, stay ready.
Jillian Robinson is motherfucking game, nigga.
Tell him.
We respect
next fight on the block, my boy Peyton Talbot, minus 1,600, biggest favorite on the whole card, taking on Giannis Himamori, plus 800. The odds tell you all you need to know.
Facts.
Peyton Talbot is him so far as we've seen. I have a feeling though,
this nigga
Romeo
look like Corbin Blue.
I have a feeling Romeo might not be the biggest fan of him for whatever reason. But so far to me, he's checked both boxes. I mean, he beat the dog shit out of Cameron Simon. And the Cameron Simon likes to kick people in the nuts. He tried that shit with Peyton fucking. So from here on now, I'm about to make your life hell.
Whoa, the South African?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. My money on him then.
Yeah, dog walked him. Just completely made his life a living hell, was taunting him, walking him down, had him scared for his life in the octagon. And that was everyone's wake-up call. Like, oh, shit, like, he isn't just hype. This guy just dismantled another prospect like he was nothing.
Yeah, at the time, Cameron Simon was hot right there. But, yeah, I got paid. So if I think the fight Chase Hernandez versus the Japanese dude was them feeding somebody to the wolves, they're literally feeding Yanis and Guy something to Peyton Talbot. He's literally about to take him out of this. I don't see this fight being close even slightly. I can see this going like second round, maybe. Yeah. But I really see Peyton Talbot kind of running through and getting this hype train continued up.
He's a striker too, Giannis. He's not even he's not even like a wrestler where you can like, maybe he'll take him down. We'll see different. No, they're really feeding him right in his wheelhouse. Like, we're gonna give you a striker, go kill him for pay-per-view money.
For the hood.
For the hood. For America. Then we go. What's up?
I was gonna say I don't have much to say about the next fight because I can honestly really care less about it. But I know this is 303, and they set certain cards up to be a certain way. Charles Jourdain will win. I don't even know the other dude, and I don't even fucking care about Jourdain like that.
Charles Air Jordan is how you say his name when you talk about him on this
When
podcast.
he gets enough victories and starts being somebody I give a fuck about, he could be Air. But Air is only the great Michael Jordan. Shout out to Bronny James.
The fraud, right? I can't even get into that right now. The fraud Michael Jordan right now. But Charles, I don't know how you don't like him, right? He kind of knows he's not like he knows he's comfortable in his own skin. Like he makes TikToks about like being like a not entitled guy. Like he literally said like, bro, I hate being from Canada because the media literally compares you to GSP. Like there's no chance of me being the next George St. Pierre. Like I'm fucking like I'm happy just being a UFC guy. Like fucking I ain't George St. Pierre. Like he's just a cool ass guy. I fuck with him. Uh, I kind of haven't really kept up with him because I feel like he's now kind of like a circus fighter, if that makes sense. Like he fought Kron Gracie. I don't really give a fuck about that. Sean Woodson, long arm ass. Like he's kind of being. He's just like a prelim fighter. Like I don't know. Like he's just his career is kind of plateaued, and this is where he's gonna be for the rest of his career. And I'm okay with it. He's a good guy to fill your card with.
That's why I was like, yo, I could really care less. And notice we're all talking about one guy. Nobody even knows who the other fucking guy is.
This is his third fight. It's not his problem. Right? This is his third fight.
Sheep.
Well, if you guys gave me a chance to talk.
Sorry, Kev.
Y'all gave somebody a chance to talk. Somebody could put some respect on the Brazilians over here. My dog Gene, the Lord Assassin Silva. Come on now. Coming out of Sao Paulo, the blackest city in both continents of America. I'm just saying, man, y'all can't just sleep on my dog coming out of Fighting Nerds. I actually had to go look up who the hell Fighting Nerds was just to find out.
Bravo.
Them boys is some killers over here. I don't know how y'all sleeping on them.
Ciao Bravo with the Fighting Nerds.
Yeah,
did you just say he was 47?
No, I say he's 27.
Okay. I was like, nigga.
Yeah, y'all better put some respect on the Lord Assassin.
I mean, the odds do have him as plus 100. And, like, honestly, I feel like Jordan might only be the favorite because he's a known UFC guy.
Name value.
Yeah.
Which is why they're making this fight. Remember,
I might have to take the plus 100.
Was supposed to be on this card. Listen, remember, Conor was supposed to be on this card. So all these fights are based in finishes, and if they're decisions, it's wars. Decisions and wars. This card is based on decisions and wars. And then when Conor fell out, they said, fuck, we already got these wars and decision fighters. I mean, decisions and fucking finishers. Who the fuck else could we get? Oh, let's get the fucking war guy.
See, Romeo, I don't want to put a hole in your logic because I don't think there's a such thing as Romeo math. But you did in the first fight. You did in the first fight say that that boy Oliveira, they put that fight out here for a reason because he was Brazilian. I'm just saying, you sleeping on another Brazilian. I'm just saying.
I didn't say
I'm taking Brazilian at plus odds.
I'm just saying.
Kev hyped him up.
I'm just saying.
Kev vouched for him.
I said
we can run it back. You can run it back.
Kev vouched for the Brazilian.
Not on Ricky. I'm not.
No, I'm saying the dude he's fighting. You said he's on the card because they put him on the card for a reason because he was Brazilian, just like the main event.
I ain't say because he's Brazilian. I did mention that he is a black Brazilian, but okay, I get what you're saying. They put Silva on the card for a reason, and I'm telling you,
I like Silva, dog.
By a name value fighter.
I would bet you 10 on this one too. Like I don't know, I have something that's telling me Silva.
I ain't betting 10 on him because I don't know him, but I'm with Kev. I think Gene Silva, honestly, because Jordan he peaked. They done with him.
Who y'all going with on the fight?
Silva.
Give me Silva.
I hate you and Florida. Both of you.
Then we got another OG vet. Honestly, these are both kind of some OGs now at this point. But Cub Swanson, 29-13, plus 200 on the odds, taking Andre Philly minus 245. Cub Swanson, been there, done that. He has looked pretty decent in his newfound division at featherweight. I believe he's like 2-2 at featherweight right now. Losses to Giga and John Martinez, which are not bad losses. 2 wins over Elkins and Dewadu. But here he is at plus 200 against Andre Philly, who I don't really know much about Philly other than every time he steps up in competition, he gets knocked right back down.
Yeah, he's on a back and forth. Like he lost to Nathaniel Wood.
Good one.
Lucas Almeida. He beat Lucas Almeida and he lost to Dan Ige. That was a bad knockout. But I don't know. They say that this is the battle of the OGs, and just this pretty much that Cub Swanson is the OG that just didn't go to jail. So like he was always out, while Feli is the OG that people forgot about and came back.
I was gonna say Feli had a gap in his career. Let me tell you, I'm going for Feli.
Really?
Cub is coming to fight, which is great. He's already got a fight in the Hall of Fame and all that. Cub is coming to fight. He's got nothing to gain. He's got nothing to lose. What is he going to gain by beating him besides a victory in the check? You're not going for championship. He's coming to fight. Feli is coming to win.
Tell me more.
I think he's on. I don't know where. I remember he's somewhere in the record books for like either wins at a weight class or I don't know for sure. I just know that he's somewhere in the record books or knocking on the record books because the last time he fought somebody, they brought it up. And I remember that because I low-key kind of fuck with Cub Swanson because he's been around for a while. I remember seeing him in like UFC 1. I remember seeing his ass in UFC 2. I was like, who is this guy? But I believe he is. That's the only thing. You say he has nothing to fight for. I would say the only thing I think he might be having that's still keeping him going is that like he is knocking on the door of some records. And he has talked about it openly. Like, yeah, like not that like, oh, that's what I want, but like, oh yeah, like he is aware that he is knocking on the door.
Oh, Feli?
Cub Swanson. No, I feel you, Romeo. I think Feli's the better fighter. I just don't remember why. I don't remember what happened besides him getting knocked out by Dan Ige. I personally wouldn't want to
knocking niggas the fuck out.
Yeah, I personally don't want to put any money on Cub Swanson because I was shocked that he won his last fight. So yeah, I'm gonna have to rock with you on Feli, and the age difference might mean something. Because what
Cub
is
out there? Not to mention Cub is ranked lower.
And it was Feli's birthday this week.
Birthday week, yeah, that motherfucker ate some cake. He ain't gonna be ready. Cub Swanson getting the dough.
Yeah, he's 34 years old in 4 days. Yes, sir. Oh, you don't know I'm a Falcons fan. You gotta start watching the football episodes. I'll be having to go to war against these folks because everybody wants to hate on us.
Cub Swanson, give me the Cub Swanson juice. I'm rocking with the big dog.
Really, I wanted to go Cub Swanson, but I don't know. I think this Feli dude just got something. Like Romeo said, he has a reason to win.
Then our next fight, we had Joe Pfeiffer with his.
Wait, time out. Feli fights with Team Alpha Male.
Yeah.
No, I don't really fuck with them Alpha Male dudes. Like, I don't know.
Then you gonna come back and join the Cub Swanson side?
I'm gonna stick over it. I don't rock with them Alpha Male dudes. I'm a firm believer. Every time I see Uriah favorites, his fighter usually gets flushed. But well, I'm gonna stick on my pick.
All right. Well, Joe Pfeiffer with the dynamite hands minus 320, pretty big favorite in the UFC. He's looked good in the UFC. He's taking on Marc-Andre Barriault. I know there's like a French tang to it.
They don't ask me.
I was saying, yeah, this is right for you. But plus 250, another Canadian. They filled it. They got 3 Canadians, bro. They've really filled it up with some Canadians on this card for the pay-per-view. How are we feeling about this one? Does Marc-Andre got a shot, or is Joe Pfeiffer just gonna add another one to his? Is he on a knockout? Oh no, he lost his last fight to Jack Hermanson. But prior to that, he was on like a finish streak. Yeah, he was just knocking shit out and submitting shit.
I mean, Jack Hermanson's a dog, so you can't ever I don't hold that against Joe Pfeiffer. I just always remember like old people telling me you get one chance to make a first impression with somebody. And my first impression with Joe Pfeiffer is walking into the Casilla Center in Miami and immediately hearing stars. And by the time we get to our seat, he's over here screaming out he just won this mother trucker. So like, I'm always high on Joe Pfeiffer. And his nickname is literally Body Bags.
Our nickname.
These last 3 fights all have the same thing in common. Name value against a lower ranked, what would seemingly appear they have a chance opponent. You know what the fuck they're going for. It's Pfeiffer. I'm not even finna get all into it. Mark Andre,
Not gonna
yeah,
entertain it.
wow. It might be a war. It's
Oh,
Piper. It's Piper.
I
I
mean,
got Piper.
Mark Andre's last fight was against Chris Curtis. I'm trying to think of. Do I remember this fight? Because he lost a split decision to
Yeah, it was
Chris
a
Curtis.
strengthened DDP card.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go. I'm taking Joe Pfeiffer and another body bag, bro. I think it's Jacker Manson. I called it. Jacker Manson was the underdog in that 5-round fight, and I called it. I thought it was just kind of a big step up for Pfeiffer, and Jacker Manson's gonna look good in the first time in a while, and he did. And I think that's an L that Pfeiffer needed. Welcome to the 5-round fights. Welcome to now an actual skilled tactician fighter, not just a brute that they keep putting in front of you that you're gonna outskill. And this is gonna be his debut back since then, and they're giving him a way step down fight since Jack Manson. This is another brute. This is somebody that is just gonna stand in front of you and allow you to land shots as they try to throw their own, and that's exactly what Piper needs to get that confidence right. So give me early KO, but I think this is gonna be first round. Like I agree to Romeo's logic with this. Like it's gonna be either wars or body bags, and this is gonna be one of them body bag ass KOs.
Paul, can you spell brute?
BRUTE.
I was about to say, could you spell brute? I need to use that. I need to tweet that later.
BRUTE, brute.
I need to tweet that later. I'm tired of you brutes. I want to see some skill.
They mouth breathers, bro. They got their mouth open. I don't know where they breathe.
Oh, it's skill up from here now on the main card. It's
yeah.
all skill.
Oh, we could get straight into the main card. I also got Piper. I got Piper by dynamite in his hands. But now let's talk the hitters. Let's talk the bangers. Let's talk.
Whoa. We're all on Piper?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. We got and then we got the big jump in skill that Romeo was talking about. Massive leap in what we call tactical, skillful stand-up striking. Ian Gary taking on Michael Venom Page. Minus 155 Gary, plus 130 Michael Page. The odds have been kind of moving up and down, but this is as close as it gets. This is going to be no takedowns, I believe. This should be all hands right here.
I'm looking at this fight like this is the reason why Dana White said, yo, let's go ahead and get 2 fight bonuses. Because if these boys actually come out here fading and beefing, not beefing as hard as they was in the press conference, but if they really come out here and show what they got, I really can see this being a fight that stays within a distance and somebody getting KO'd.
I don't know about KO. And I feel like they're going to
I wanted this fight to be 5 rounds.
Yeah, this would have been a good main event for like a fight night in a big, like Austin or something, a big city. I can't promise a KO because they're both coming to fight. And they're both coming to win. I shouldn't even say they're both coming to fight. They're both coming to win. But MVP is finna school this nigga. I'm telling you, yo. I'm telling you.
You think so?
I know so. Ian Gary, he might. His only chance, mark my words, his only chance is jiu-jitsu.
Really? You think
that is his only chance, grappling.
You think MVP is that much superior than Ian Gary on the feet?
You think Michael Holland is more superior?
Kevin
Kevin?
Yeah, you think Ian Gary is a more superior striker than Kevin Holland?
Oh, I'm thinking of the fight I seen Ian Gary against Jeff Neal.
Whoa. I asked you a question, sir. You think Ian Gary is a more dominant striker than Kevin Holland?
At 185? No, I don't think so.
So
not at 170 either. But yeah, so that's what it's gonna boil down to. And then MVP has a stance the UFC's never seen. He has a style the UFC has never seen. Not to mention, MVP is gonna, and I always bring this up when it comes to like fighting and stuff. MVP is that when skills are matched, it boils down to coolness. It does, yo. Because if you're cool as fuck and it's working, you feel yourself. And your coolness will crush your opponent just on some, wow, he's so awesome. He's going to outcool him. He's going to outscore him. He's gonna hit him in the jaw, and he's gonna drool him.
I actually hate you for that.
I was the biggest Michael Page hater getting that Kevin Holland fight. I was saying things along the lines of that, yeah, he was a Bellator champion, but do NBA players give a fuck about the G League MVP? Nah, they don't give a like that shit is way out there. No one gives a fuck about the bottom tier league champions, blah blah blah. And he schooled the fuck out of Kevin Holland. Really showed that there's levels to this striking ship. And at that point I realized like, damn, like I was hanging on this motherfucker, and he really came in and schooled not only a good UFC fighter, but like my guy. Kevin Holland's my guy. So I was hating on this guy, and I'm sitting here telling you that I just have to double down and hate even more on him. And I need Gary to come in here and carry the torch, beat the dog shit out of him. And I think he is. That boy Ian Gary's gonna come in here. No takedowns needed. Fuck the black belt in judo. He's gonna pure striking, stand up. He's gonna make Michael Page shoot a takedown, and then make him beg for his mama, and probably get the finish. I'm with you, Kev. I see a finish. Second, Ian Gary.
I think he has to close the distance and not not just let him look like that. Because I think Kevin Holland really just let him look phenomenal. Like maybe I'm tripping, but like I really felt like Kevin Holland just never turned the gas, even though he was definitely counter striking. He was stopping Kevin Holland from getting in there. I don't know. I'm just not sold on.
I can agree with that for the first and maybe second round, and this is why MVP is gonna win. The frustration. Frustration. That's a tactic that's not really used. They try to say, "Oh, Conor was talking shit. He got in his head." No. Inside the ring frustration, which Kevin Holland was good at with the talking shit until it didn't work. Frustration with maximum skill, I'm telling you, yo, even if they go skill for skill, it might be tied. That's what I mean by out coolness and all that. Everything extra MVP brings, Ian Gary is not going to go there. I know he wants to be Conor McGregor so fucking bad, but
I just fucking beg Michael Page, please don't take 10 minutes to get to the fucking octagon again.
I beg he takes 20.
No,
wait, what was his intro last time?
He fucking crawled.
Undertaker and something else.
Yeah, he did the Undertaker shit, then also went to some like EDC shit, started fucking breakdancing out there. I don't know.
Yeah, DJ. It could have been his own mix. I don't know.
That shit was whack. And Ian Gary for the knock his ass out.
It was whack. He said,
well, I'm going for motherfucking MVP. Clearly, Paul's going for Ian Gary. Who the hell you going for, KK?
I like MVP. I really do as a person.
But
I gotta go Ian Gary on this one. It's just a safer pick. It just makes
the Irish.
Like if I was a betting man, I'd have to bet on it just because I can see Ian Gary figuring out how to get in deep on Michael Venom Page and crowd him and pressure him. Cause like, I don't know. And then he is also nice with the jiu-jitsu. He also is nice. So if he sees that, like, okay, I'm not striking with him for at least the first, by the second round, if he can notice that he just isn't striking with him at all, then I can see him trying to take bro down and get into jiu-jitsu. I just don't know what he looks like in jiu-jitsu MVP.
Damn. He's going to be outstriking him out the gate.
Y'all will see.
Say less. This is gonna be a fun one because I like the ones that we've disagreed on. I think a lot of the ones that I wasn't really sure about, we disagreed on.
Next fight, and this fight definitely shouldn't be ahead of the last fight, but the political reasons.
At all.
We got Bruno Silva taking on Macy Chaseon.
Political reasons is crazy.
Take him -110, -110. I'm gonna be flat out say it. I've never been a Macy Chaseon fan. I got Mario Bruno Silva 100%. I'm riding or dying with my Brazilian here. I think this might be the only Brazilian. Oh no, I got my boy Gene Silva too. But yeah, Mario Bruno Silva, give me that girl.
Yeah, I also got Mario Bueno Silva. I mean, I think the fight against Raquel Pennington, I think Raquel just kind of came in and showed her best version of herself. But I still feel like Mario Bueno Silva found times where she looked like she was able to get the upper hand for a second. And she's coming out of Sao Paulo. You know how I feel about the blackest city in the world. And she's a shoot box, a real shoot box. I got my Ravenna Silva. That's not even a question.
I know Romeo got her.
A real shoot
them
box.
lips, that body.
Romeo, I know who this is.
I mean, I had her before I could think about her.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, listen, she's coming off a loss in the championship round. See, this is gonna be one where they fight, where Macy's coming to fight and Silva's coming to win. Not only did she lose, that's cool and everything, but I know a winner's spirit. Silva is embarrassed. The only way to erase that is to erase that.
facts.
She's going to erase that. And she's gonna erase Macy.
And then I bet you she's gonna scream for a title shot in the interview.
And she's smart. She screamed for Amanda Nunes.
Who did the cut? Who did the cut better, Macy Chaseon or Diego Lopez?
They're both disgusting.
They both got the same cut. If you look at their fighter photo, it's just one is flipped. They both have their shit flipped the opposite direction.
Lopez, I'm going with Lopez. That nigga's on his hair shit. That bitch could, and she's a loser. So, yeah.
I mean, I just think both barbers should be taken out back and shot at. Personally, I think we should retire these cuts immediately.
Yeah. Well, speaking of bad barbers, we got Anthony Smith taking on Roman Delazzi. Next matchup.
Hey, so look,
right? These are straight pick'ems, bro. If you cook up the perfect main card parlay, you getting some big odds. If you got the sauce for the perfect 5, you are walking out with some money because these are all minus 110, 120s, and 130s.
Bro, why is Roman Delazzi's nickname the Caucasian?
Because he's from the Caucasus Mountains and shit. Yeah, I think that's why. He's like one of the. He is a Cat Williams' son from the Caucasus Mountains.
That's dangerous. But yeah, man, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I definitely never want to pick Anthony Smith. Never, ever, 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 ever want to pick Anthony Smith. But I seen that clip of him fighting John Jones and when he got kneed in the face and kept going. So then out of nowhere, I got this respect that I got this respect for him again. I'm just like, wow, I might end up picking Anthony Smith, even though I don't like the guy.
See,
Anthony Smith is going to lose. And the reasons are simple.
Tell me these reasons. Please pick.
I've been saying it all night. Anthony's coming to fight. Roman's coming to win. Anthony, it's just all last minute. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? And not to shit talk Anthony, but he has built-in excuses on like his last few fights that he lost. Oh, this, that, and that. It wasn't like, oh, the better man won that night.
But it is at heavyweight, like you said before. It isn't Roman Delazzi's now. He's a middleweight, so this is up a weight. This is Anthony Smith's weight class.
Trust, he's more. Roman's more jacked. The heavier the weight works out better for him.
I low key, even though I said what I said, I agree with that because he does gas out. That was his issue against the Imavov fight. He gassed himself out. I think in this weight class he'll have better cardio. That's his one L was he has bad cardio because he be throwing haymakers in every punch. He's kind of a wild man type of fighter. Which
not to mention, man, let's keep it real. Anthony Smith has another job with the UFC. He's doing all this other shit, commentate. He's trying to be a commentator. He does the little desk job. Yo, no.
And the difference in power, like we've seen it with Johnny Walker. Like you can touch Anthony Smith, you can touch him hard. Like pause for a second, but you can just tap him and you can do damage. Anthony Smith, he shook. I mean, he's not the same. Like he can't do what he wants to do.
Anthony Smith was a problem until his house got broken into, and he didn't defeat the intruder. I'm just.
Word on the street, Johnny Walker's still Roman free.
That's real. I mean, I'm glad you guys told me this because I just was worried about Roman Delazzi at a light heavyweight, and I was really about to pick Anthony Smith, even though I didn't want to.
Come join the caucus side.
I'm going.
Yeah, I'm with the. Yeah, I'm finna go slide to the Caucasus Mountains. And Paul, you know that boy, the Lati guy went over your favorite homie, Kyle Dawkins. I wonder what he's doing now.
Oh yeah, no. Lazio was a problem. Next fight, co-main. Put some respect on this fight. Brian Ortega, T City, plus 125, taking on Diego Lopez, minus 150. Shit. Diego Lopez went from not in the UFC to now co-main eventing and against Brian Ortega and being the favorite in the fight. Shout out to him for that. So
Isn't it International Fight Week this week?
Yes.
yeah,
So on the biggest fight week, one of the biggest fight weeks of the year, he's co-main eventing this. Like, this is my dog. I watched him flush stuff in Miami. I watched him flush it in Nashville, and now he's gonna do it again.
What you're gonna
I
see.
knew that was gonna get y'all moving. I knew
I
that
want to
was gonna
see
get y'all
Romeo's
moving.
take here because I really
Oh
don't
my
know
gosh.
of T City.
T City been out for too long. His last fight, it was. I mean, let's keep it real. Except his diehard stands. I mean, we thought he was gonna. I know. We thought he was gonna lose his last fight. Come on, man. We thought he was gonna lose. The world thought. Beside his oh my God, we thought he was gonna lose. He won.
Oh yeah.
Tell me, outside of Lopez debut, you thought he was gonna lose.
But look who he's fighting, though. I will say, I'm not saying they're bums. Like, Yusuf's not a bum. Pat Sabatini is kind of a bun. But these aren't, like, the level of comp that Ortega's been fighting his last 5 years and the level of comp Lopez has been fighting. Or let's say 2 years, 3 years since Lopez has been in the game type shit.
I respect it.
That's my main argument for the T City here. He
I
did.
think
Yair was cooking him prior to third round. Third round, Ortega came out like a god, cooked him. But prior to that, Yair was kind of getting up, and T City was looking shaky in moments on the feet.
I think experience can play a huge factor to this, but like we can't. I understand. I think experience can play a huge factor for sure, but like he did get those two or three submissions on both.
No.
It was he locked in those two or three two submissions on both.
Submission
But
attempts.
besides for that, yeah, submission attempts. But besides for that, he kind of got smashed every other second of those fights. Like there's only besides for Yair. Oh well, I guess he beat. I didn't see this fight
got
when
smashed
he beat.
by Max.
Got killed by Max. Killed. I didn't see him fight Ching Sung Jung, but I don't know. I haven't seen Brian Ortega look.
Who the fuck is
great.
Ching Sung Jung?
That's Korean Zombie. Y'all. No one comes by that name.
Okay. I'm about to say I've never seen, but besides, I've never seen really Brian Ortega look great like that. I mean,
but he knocked out Frankie Edgar. That was on his rise to the Max Holloway fight. Cub Swanson, this was Cub Swanson about 7 years ago, submitted him. Moicano, who I don't think was submitted in his UFC career up to that point, got submitted. Clay Guda, who this is 2016 Clay Guda. This isn't old man, but this is still kind of semi-old man.
8 years ago.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that was his rise, but since then, all his fights are title contender, title champ. Like Yair was interim champ. That's his last 2 fights. Then Volk, the Korean Zombie was title contender. Max was champ at the time. Like since 2018, it's either you've touched the belt or fought for a belt if you're fighting him. So like for me, it's just kind of disrespectful that Diego Lopez is the favorite in this fight. Is it kind of crazy?
I can respect that because I'm picking Diego Lopez off of my love and respect for homie, and I want him to. This is what I was talking about last week with Alex Skarov. I was like, bro, this is your one shot. Like you can really skip the line and really become a household name and making millions of dollars every fight if you would get this winner right here.
Let's just keep it a buck. The featherweight division is not deep. That is why Ortega is where he's at.
They have a couple hitters.
Hey, I didn't say they didn't. I said it's not deep.
Oh I'm just worried.
They might.
Their top 15 isn't even beast.
So we're spending all this time talking about the fight. My fear is that them both being great submission guys, that we get a match on the mat where, visually is not as hype. I know we'll still get entertainment.
That's where you're wrong.
I would say I know we'll still get entertainment out of it, but it's not the same fireworks
That's where you're wrong.
as like
and this,
MVP.
I'm glad you said that because I almost slipped my point and now I can remember it. Yeah, like you said, they're both submission, whatever. But we all know with stand up, Diego's way better. And let's not forget, Ortega fights patient. Diego does not. That patience is going to hurt him this round. I mean, this fight. That patience is not going to be his friend this fight.
All right, I think it's time to just quick draw picks right here. I don't think we got like. I don't think we're gonna agree on nothing because I got T City third round TKO.
Wow. Yeah, I got Diogo Lopez. Decision. UD.
I'll take Lopez. I'll even put this on paper in the gambler right now. I'll take Lopez. Decision or submission. I believe he's going to submit. Right now.
If you can submit, T City, you automatically deserve top 5.
I said I'll just take Ortega inside the distance because I like that bet a lot. Just because I'm not saying TKO like he'll be on the feet, stand up, knockout. I think he might just be in a dominant position, third round, got the better cardio. Because like you said, he's patient. Lopez might be third round gas. He could be winning the first 2 rounds, but Diego Lopez being a guy who might be looking for finishes to put on a show for the fans isn't going to take that third round off. And then that's where you fuck up. And then now that's where my boy T City, full cardio.
You got to understand, Diego is not just a fighter. He was a coach.
He was, yeah, for Alexis Grasso. Honored champs. Honored championship. So that I fuck with him heavy for that.
That means your cardio and all that shit supersedes fighter.
T City, third round. Inside. I'm going to say inside the distance. Decent.
I think it's gonna be a good fight though. Their stare down was insane. Like it was looking, you can tell they had so much respect for each other, but you were just looking like, oof, somebody is ready to kill when they get into this octagon.
I'll say this: they're both coming to win.
Yep.
Final fight, main event. This is what people said. Save 303.
It did.
It's Pereira Chama taking on Jiri Prochazka. Minus 150 for Pereira, plus 125 for Jiri. How do we feel? I mean, what was y'all's first off? What was y'all's original picks on this fight? Because I know I had Pereira and I cashed in mighty big for taking Pereira. Were we all pro Pereira on this fight? I know Romeo's anti-Jiri, so I already knew his pick.
Well, thank you, Paul. You had it exact. KK can have the floor. Yeah, fuck that nigga Jiri, dog. Y'all heard him crying and bitching?
Bro, Jiri's my dog.
My nigga, I might come with the Jiri face. I mean, the Alex face paint. I might just fucking do it. I've been thinking about it for the past 2 days.
You gotta do it. Do you have a girl that can do that for you?
Oh, my brother is an artist. He does costumes.
You gotta go live with it. You gotta go live with it.
Not to mention, I could do it myself. I'm a hell of a human.
You're gonna activate the spirits?
Yeah, y'all hear him bitching and fucking complaining, pissing me off. Spirits. Check this out. Oh, yeah, I gotta clip this part. Check this out, bitch-ass crybaby Jiri. You're mad.
Damn.
Yeah, fuck that nigga. I don't like shit like that. You're mad because you want to pretend to be a Japanese. You want to pretend to be a samurai. You want to pretend to have this cultural connection. Sit the fuck down with your goofy-ass dick on the top of your head. You're mad because Alex, like most Aboriginal people, brown people, he comes from a culture where spirituality, come on, you're Haitian, you come from a culture where spirituality is used. You're Mexican, you come from a culture where spirituality is used. I'm Black American, I come from a culture that spirituality. You're mad because we're tapping into our culture. Like, oh, that's the only reason he wins. He lost to Izzy.
But Izzy was tapping into some spiritual.
He went all that's the point I'm making. You're mad because you are going to false tap into this Japanese shit. You're false doing it. And now you're going to run into what it really the fuck is.
I can't say he false does it only because he fully commits to it. That's the one thing I do give him credit for is that, like, everyone that's around be like, yeah,
you could
live
do this, that,
out
and the
and live
third.
on.
Do the Japanese see him as a samurai?
I don't know.
No.
I gotta.
They did.
Whatever the
There was
fuck
a black.
Alex is.
We may have to ask Ray to Soryura, who's on the card. We may have to see how they are interacting.
Well, I bet you could ask all the Brazilians. Whatever he's tapping into, they're gonna be like, not only is he on that shit, we all on that shit.
I will agree though. That is the most that I am super pro Jiri. I had my hair when it was long like this for my boy Jiri when he fought for the title. I was happy as hell when he won the belt. And he was a gangster when he hurt his shoulder. He didn't hold up the shit. He said, "Yeah, y'all take it. I'll be back in a year." But this is some whole shit, bro. This is
built-in excuse. It's a built-in excuse. That was the most bitch-ass dumb white shit he could ever fucking say. I was like, what a fucking bitch-ass nigga. That. Didn't he go into his dark room?
But then he doubled down on it. He said this like 5 days ago, and I was like, damn, bro, what the fuck are you saying? Talking about, oh, he's using spirits. But then you double down at the presser? Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Hey,
but he goes in his room, that's nothing. Bruh, don't see shit like that I don't like, dog. That's literally hating on another person's culture. When you go to Brazil and you do the ayahuasca shit, you have to be with that spiritual nigga. It's like a must. It's part of the process. It's a ritual. This to me, that was racist as fuck, man. You're hating on a culture while appropriating another. Suck my dick.
I wasn't ready for this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I should, but that's funny. But on some non-spiritualness, I think Alex is a better fighter. He's gonna beat him because Yuri's a slot. Yuri's a fun fighter. Like he's the perfect person you wanted to see as a fan. I think he does but there's no skill to. There's not. It's very Deontay Wilder-esque. Like it's a lot of I hit so hard and I can hit from anywhere.
Go that far, dog. Yuri got skill. That spinning back elbow he did on Dominic Reyes.
I said Wilder-esque because like I'm thinking of his fight against Global.
He's wild,
where
man.
he finished him on the ground. I mean, come on now. I just talked 1,000 miles worth of Yuri. Shit. But I can't say he is a one-trick pony. He is not a one-trick pony.
But he's a wild man. I think we can all agree he's a wild man.
Yeah, come on now. You know what I was saying, Ninja.
Okay. In this fight, he will be the one-trick pony. Because what? You're finna submit Alex? No. Alex is finna Alex is finna kickbox this dude's fucking soul off. He gonna send that to the spirit realm. Talk about
but now we got new factors. Because I was gonna ask y'all, like, I know we all picked Alex Pereira the first time. The odds are just about, I think, damn near the same. I think it was minus 125 before. Now it's minus 150 this time around for Pereira, so damn near the same. But he has a broken toe, or at least he's coming into it off a broken toe, so that is a factor. Jiri is now more fully healthy because he was coming off that a couple of injuries prior to that fight that he going into it. And they got always, father time. Like Alex Pereira is now a little bit older this time around. He's just, we got to keep every time we talk about his fights here on out. It's gonna be like, okay, this is another 6 months older Alex Pereira. Is it still the same Pereira? Anything different, or is it just a skill gap? Is it just I've been kicking my whole
I think you forgot to bring up the fact that they're both short notice. It's a short notice fight too.
Yeah, short notice. They both seen each other. They both trained for each other before already. So I feel like
I look at it like because I swear Alex was in the middle of a press run in Australia. Like I remember seeing him all over Australia every 10 seconds. The next thing you know, Dana White announces the new fight, and you're just like, oh. But the way that he turned that right back into the training camp, like maybe I'm too deep into social media, I'm too deep into the random clips, but I see Alex as becoming a full MMA fighter versus just a kickboxer that does MMA. So like I've seen that the way that he's continuously been adding things to his toolbox and his arsenal, and just become a more of a complete. I'm not saying he's the completest fighter ever. I'm just saying he's understanding to become more of a complete fighter to run this UFC. And I think he's doing it. That's why I think he's gonna come in and not kill Jiri. I think he's the better fighter overall, and no Jiri fight is gonna go to decision.
I think Alex. Everyone's talking about the toe thing. Even I made a comment on it. I honestly think Alex toe is fine, and he's banking on the toe theory. Because Yuri's gonna be like, all right, he's not gonna either throw it that much or I'm gonna stomp it, and that's gonna whatever the shit supposed to be fucked. That's gonna be the same one to catch that nigga in the jaw.
So, last
That
time,
boy, that boy brought out his New York accent, the jaw.
I'm mad.
anyone that has been a football watcher of ours that knows about the COVID toe that Aaron Rodgers knows he also MVP that same season. So my boy Pereira is gonna come out with that COVID toe, and he's gonna he's gonna finish it. I mean, I think it's just pure skill gap. Like you can't if you're a striker, you can't go up against a guy who's a kickboxing legend and expect to outstrike him. You can maybe out wrestle him. You can maybe do that, but that's just not his game plan. Anyone else, you can maybe make that argument like a Jan or a Rock Kick who has wrestling background that ain't going to be able to stand with Alex Pereira. But Jiri is not that guy.
Let's not to mention the body frame. Alex is more lean. Those hits are gonna do some damn. Maybe not in the 4th round, which he's shown to carry it all the way
If
through.
we see a 4th round.
Dog.
With Jiri and Alex Pereira, it's the 4th round. Is you probably in the plus money odds if you think this should even go 4 rounds.
No cap. Yeah, I bet you if I were to guess, the over under has to be 2.5.
Yeah, with the minus on the 2.5 under. But I think we all agree. I think this is the second fight we're all in agreement with the finish Alex Pereira. This and the Joe Pfeiffer fight finish. I think there are only 2 we fully agree on like that.
Alex is gonna do what he does. Do you think they're gonna let him wear the cool shorts again?
I hope so. It's international.
Why would they stop him? He's stepping in. He could literally do what he wants. He could come out with no shorts and just a cup and fight.
I will say it's International Fight Week. It would be pretty dope if they let everybody for their countries each country have their own dope ass short with like their flag colors type shit. That'd be kind of fun.
I hope Alex Dana comes out pressing.
Ooh.
And full. They said, someone said I need the most like religious song for the walkout, and I need Glover in like full like garb, like everything, like in the war garb and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, if they do that, they the pettiest / funniest team on like in MMA.
He needs to come out with a shaman.
I think that's what they said. That's what he needs to be dressed as for Glover, was that cool shaman.
Come out with some sage, all that.
This International Fight Week for y'all boys. We broke down from start to finish every fight. We got the locks. We got the picks. We parlay some of our picks together. Y'all probably gonna make some good money. But as always, we appreciate y'all for watching. I'm Paul Pickle, one of Kev, Water Voice of Boy, comedian Romeo Mack. Before we head out, anyone got anything to say?
Yeah, if y'all wanna, tune in and watch me talk this shit, I'll be going live every Saturday. You know what I mean? And every day I'm on Twitch, comedian Romeo Mack, twitch.com/comedian Romeo Mack. I'm out there cracking jaws, and every Saturday I'll be going live for the fights. Holla at me.
Yes, Sirski, man. And it's your boy, Kev Water, voice of boy. Catch me, Paul, and the Totally Blitz crew this weekend. We're going to be boxing at the boxing fight, Teofimos, acting a fool, trying to make sure we get some good content for y'all boys. But, hey, make sure you stay locked in. The social media is about to come going even more. It's about to be fun.
Yes, sir. We all heard it here first. As always, like and subscribe. But if y'all didn't know, now y'all know, motherfuckers.